1 year, everyone. It has been 1 year since I have launched my official first YouTube video. I cannot believe it's been a year. So we're going to be covering a lot today. Welcome to my special 1 year update video. So I have a list of video suggestions that I'm going to be covering with you guys. I have read through all of your comments. I want to do a little reflection on the last year, set intentions for this upcoming year, and just be as transparent with how I want to proceed with my content. I want to be obviously transparent with you guys on what I'm planning, how I'm going to proceed, so you guys will then have a good vision of what to expect from me. I know the last video I filmed, long form, I only had 640 subscribers before my April 25th launch of my remote viewing MH370 video. Now I have over 1,500, and we are probably going to be hitting 2,000 definitely very soon. So, which is just, once again, mind-blowing. So I was not expecting my audience to double just from one video, which is really remarkable. So I want to thank all my new subscribers. And overall, I just want to once again be as transparent with you guys with where I want to proceed from here. So those who are planning to stay will stay. And those if this content is not for you, then it might not be for you. Okay, so, and then one other thing before I get into first I want to do a little reflection. My one-on-one sessions. Okay, yes, that's what I wanted to cover. So I want to thank all of you guys who have had one-on-one sessions with me. I am practically booked through May. So what I recommend is if any of you guys still want a one-on-one session with me, I have openings the first 2 weeks of June, and then I'm probably going to be off of one-on-one sessions for, I'd say, mid-June to about early to mid-July. So if you want a one-on-one session with me still before the middle of June, those spots are going to fill up, so I do recommend booking. I only book one a day. I have a whole bunch of times posted, but after the individual books, I just block off the other times the rest of the day. So all my energy and focus will go on that one individual. Occasionally, I will do 2 sessions, which I am able to. Obviously, if there's certain days I have to work around with other people's schedules, I could do 2, but I do prefer 1. So I just wanted to mention that. Once again, there's only a few spots left. I don't know if there's that many left in May. I have to check, but if anything, the first couple weeks of June, I do have a few openings. And then once again, mid-June to about early to mid-July, I will not be doing one-on-one sessions. But I'll probably pick them up and resume them around the middle of July. So I just wanted to make that announcement with the one-on-one sessions. Like, if you want them, they're gonna book out for the June slots available, so I definitely recommend getting those booked. I'm booking right now through June 12th, so get those booked if you are still interested. Okay, and then just starting with reflection on the last year. So I started a year ago with I started off going right into harp, and I think that had its pros and cons. I really was drawn to exposing a lot of the harp stuff after that Hurricane Milton situation, because I just couldn't sit around with it. Like, I could not be complicit with not talking about harp and the weather manipulation agendas after experiencing this Milton situation. So it was really Milton that was when I start Exit Frequency, I'm exposing harp. And I think it did have its pros and cons, because I immediately got taken off of TikTok. I obviously was not going to get reach on YouTube just posting harp videos with like a few subscribers. Like, absolutely not. But I did it anyway. And I think it had its pros and cons. But I felt like I had to do that. And I think a part of me is like, okay, should I not have done harp right off the bat? I think maybe not right off the bat if I'm looking back at it, but I did it, okay? And I don't regret harp. And my next video, obviously, is remote viewing harp, which I'll give my schedule lineup that I currently have before getting into all the plans with future content ideas and all that. But, I started with harp. And then, obviously, after I was, like, taken off of TikTok and just, all that, whatever, I was just like, okay, so what am I going to do? Because I was not on TikTok. Like, TikTok at least was getting me initial, like, traction at first, but then I was taken off, but I ended up getting that account back. Thankfully. I don't know how, but... So, yeah, I started with harp. I don't regret that. And just looking over some of my content, I think that, I was called to what I had to do. Like, if there was, like, a certain remote view I had to do, I did it, right? I think it was very big when I kept getting ahead of the hurricane agenda that was planned for last year. I believe that a lot of the energy work that I was doing and all the future knowledge of knowing about their hurricane agenda, we were able to shift the timeline out of the timeline where there was going to be, like, I believe I saw like 8 hurricanes that was supposed to hit the U.S. in 2025. 0 ended up hitting. So that's obviously something that I am really grateful I got ahead of energetically to help lead a shift out of that timeline. And that was why I was so focused on the hurricanes, because they had plans to... They had like 8 storms planned for the US last year, and we shifted the timeline. Like, each one, I was like telling you guys, next week we need to shift the timeline again. They're going to do another one. Next week we're going to shift the timeline. And we just kept shifting the timeline for the collective. And I think that was so powerful. So I really personally am happy that I was leading these timeline shifts out of all those hurricanes and exposing, guys, they're gonna do this with their rapid intensification devices tomorrow. Let's all do energy around the area where the devices are located. Let's all, just send light at the sky. Like, I know, it's just, I just feel like that was really powerful. So I was being called to do exactly what I was doing at the time, and I really don't regret that. I think that my content over the last year has sort of been a little bit of like a mix. Obviously, we get the spiritual side and then we get the agenda side. So I think that that's a big part of how I do operate with wanting to put out content. So I think that's something that I probably am going to continue doing. And that's why I just want to be as upfront with you guys as possible with sort of my plans for like future content. And that's why I have like my list, and I have read through like all of your comments. So we're going to get into that today. But, I think that once again, I was not getting reach on YouTube, and I had 80 subscribers from like July until December. In that 2026 remote viewing predictions video, I went from 80 to 400. And then between December and my MH370 video, I went from 400 to like 640. And then my MH370 video, I go from 640 to like, over 1,500. So I believe the growth is like just beginning, and I'm really looking forward to keeping that traction going. I don't know, guys. I'm kind of setting an intention, like, not that I'm doing this for like subscribers or views or like any of that, which I am going to get into sort of the situation with my creator dilemma, which I'm going to get into. I did apply for creator, so I'm actually going to touch upon this briefly, and then we'll get right into the list. But I am honestly, guys, holding a vision. Like, could we possibly hit 10K? May 15th, 2027. Like, if we could do that, that would be insane. I'm not gonna lie. That would be insane. If we could get to 10,000 subscribers by May 15th, 2027, I don't know. I'd be shocked. But that's my intention. I think it's kind of like, I don't know, is that like too big? I don't know. Just putting it out there. If it's meant to manifest, it'll manifest. But guys, I'm setting my vision on 10,000 for May 15th of 2027. And we'll look back at this video. We will look back at me saying that a year from today. So yeah, let's get to 10K a year over the next 365 days. We got this. Okay. So, and obviously I do like want aligned people finding my content. So I know I'm not for everyone at this time. So like 10,000 aligned souls finding my content. Perfect. That would be an amazing milestone. So, and then, okay, so my creator account. So I unfortunately was declined, which is not surprising because why would they approve me for anything on YouTube based on what I'm doing? But from my understanding, it has come down to my Mossad video and my Erica Kirk video. So they did not approve me. I did appeal, but so that means I'm not going to qualify for hype, and I'm not going to qualify for like super chats, and I'm not going to qualify for like monetization of whatever. So, okay, here's the thing. If I wanted to do this for views, if I wanted to do this to get a big audience, I would be deleting my Mossad video and Erica Kirk video so I could get approved. But that's like not what I'm doing. I'm keeping those damn videos up. I'm not taking them down because I don't want to get myself into the mindset of I'm doing this because I need to grow. I'm doing this because I need more subscribers. I'm doing this because I want all the benefits. I'm keeping those videos up and I am not taking them down. So I will not qualify for hype. And, I think that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Why take down those videos with all that information that is necessary for people to know? That's just not my intention with my platform. I said on my first ever video, I'm not even doing this for the views. Like, I'm not doing this to get all these, all these, new, I don't need that, right? Like, that's not my intention. I don't, yeah, it'll be cool to, hit 10,000 subscribers next May, whatever. But, it's just not my intention. So to need that and to have to take down content that obviously goes against, what would let me be a creator account on YouTube, just to get the creator account, I'm not doing it. So I'll be leaving my Mossad video and Erica Kirk video up, and I will not qualify for hype. So I just wanted to make that clear. I actually did send an appeal to YouTube, but we'll see. I mean, on my next video, if you see that there is a hype for my either heart video or the one after that, then YouTube will appeal it. But if you don't, then it's just going to be that way. So I just wanted to make that clear. Once again, to qualify for hype, I had basically to take down my Mossad video and Erica Kirk video, and I'm not. So then video lineup. So I have my video plan through the basically the end of June. So all these suggestions will not take effect until July. So May 15th today, this video is being released. Monday, May 25th, I will be releasing my remote view of HARP. So I basically a year ago remote viewed HARP. I know I said a lot was going to happen the second half of 2026. That's why I want to go and check up to see what exactly is going on, especially in that area the facility is located. The headquarters, obviously it's global, but the main base. So I'm going to check in, I'll be doing a live remote view for that. Monday, June 1st, my plan is to release, I've not done any of the remote viewing yet, but that's the date that I want to release my Q and White Hat remote viewing video. I do not know if I'm going to do that live or not. I don't know. I'm not like committing to that right now. I have to see sort of energetically before doing that, if that's something I should do live or if I'm going to have to write down the information. And then Monday, June 15th, so a month from today, I will be doing a second half of 2026 remote viewing prediction video. So if you want to know what the last 6 months of 2026 will be like, that's going to be a big video. And then obviously I do have to include my high vibe energy updates, which I love. So around June 20th, the solstice, I will be putting out an energy update, a solstice energy update. And then that brings us into July, when this list will take effect, what my plans and intentions are. So once again, I did read through a lot of your comments, and I am really going to be doing a lot of the videos that have been suggested, and please keep leaving suggestions. Even after this video, I will still look. So I have gotten suggestions to remote view more people in specific. So these are just the top 4 individuals. So I will say the like what the list I have, and then I want you guys to put it in the comments. Basically, like, someone make a comment on like the name, and the ones that get the comments that get the most likes, I will basically do the people in that order. So for example, I'm not reading the full list yet, but if it's like Joe Rogan, like if that's an individual that you guys really want me to remote view, somebody write like do Joe Rogan, and then if that comment gets more likes than Tucker Carlson, then I'm gonna do Rogan before that. So these are the 4 individuals. One I don't know. Okay, so I'm just gonna be straightforward with the list. Okay, so we have Tucker Carlson for people, Joe Rogan. We have Trump, but I'm kind of just like on the fence because I feel like energetically, like, I feel like the timeline of him's kind of shutting, and like we're entering a very new timeline. Like, I feel like he's not even a part of my reality. Like, so it's like, I don't know if I want to remote view him. I feel like we're collectively being called to look into the future, and like the Trump timeline has basically collapsed. So it's kind of just like, do I want to remote view and see what's really going on with him? Or I feel like the highest timeline is to just move on and just not focus on it. But I'll take it into consideration. Iffy. Okay. But if you guys really want information about what's kind of gone on with him, once again, if it gets the most likes, I will take that into consideration. Like, not like likes meaning like, okay, ooh, I need to do it to like get views and likes. No, I'm saying like, if you guys really are requiring energetic information, like people watching this, like, then I will take that into consideration. Okay. So we have Tucker Carlson, Joe Rogan, Trump, and then Brigitte Macron. I know. Why do I feel like Brigitte Macron is going to be like first up? I will be remote viewing Brigitte Macron first if that's what you guys want. So I think you guys in the comments should just basically just work that out, and I will do an order based on. And if there's any other suggestions, for example, somebody throws in like, take a look into like, I don't know, somebody else or somebody in the government, or, you know, a figure or whatever, and you write that name, and that name is more people want that than these 4 individuals first, then I'll just do them first. So, okay. So Brigitte Macron, Tucker Carlson, Rogan, Trump, and then anybody else who you guys want me to take a look into. I kind of do also want to take a look into, there's a couple other people but I want to see what you guys want. Okay. Now we're getting into events. So my most requested are, okay, so solar flash, so kind of like the solar flash, and then what's going to happen with like the rise of the new Earth afterwards. So kind of like narrowing down sort of like, okay, the solar flash event, and then sort of like the new Earth like initiation after that. So definitely I'll take a look, obviously I'll do a video on that. Extraterrestrial like disclosure. So sort of how that event's going to go. Like first ET galactic contact, in the physical. And then I have the 2028 election, in the US. So sort of, which I'll get into, and then 9/11. So my plan is, which 9/11 got a lot of comments or a lot of suggestions. I will do a remote view of 9/11 and put that out on 9/11 2026. So I will put that for September 11th. So I will do a remote view of 9/11, and I will do that on post that on 9/11. So that for me is a no-brainer, because I feel like we need to liberate ourselves of the illusion and get to the bottom of that. And I feel like 2026, I don't know why intuitively, and maybe I could try and pick up on like if anything's going to happen in my remote viewing prediction video, but why do I feel like there's going to be like such a big push this year, especially because it's been 25 years? Like, I feel like something's going to come out. Okay, so I will remote view 9/11, put that out on 9/11. 2020 election, I will do a remote view of that early November. So early November this year, I will do a remote view, like especially because like I feel like that'll be almost 2 years to the date. I will take a look who will be almost running, what white hat movement is going to emerge. That will probably begin to emerge late 2026, early 2027, and sort of get as much information as possible. So I will do more videos once again on the solar flash and then ET disclosure event. And I know there's a lot that I have to get into around like the new Earth initiation and new Earth communities and new Earth, like around vortexes and portals and people getting called to certain locations. So there, I have to really start this. So this will all be sort of videos that I will be starting to roll out over the summer. And then obviously 9/11, I will do that. 2020 election, I will do that in November. I will do a remote view 2 years in advance on what I see happening. And then I got another request for kind of like remote viewing future timelines. So I will do that as well. So that could be like, what is life going to be like in 2050? What is life going to be like in 2070? I don't know. So like, I will definitely keep an eye out on that. So I am going to also do like remote views of like certain countries. So I've gotten like a lot of requests. So I'll do a remote view on like the downfall of like the USA, sort of what the future is looking like, sort of after it collapses in a sense, because I feel like it's going to collapse at some point. America's the biggest illusion ever. So maybe I'll just make a video, the illusion of America, and just remote view the illusion, and then kind of put out like what the future of it's going to be like once the illusion's exposed. Okay. Future of the UK, Australia, and yeah, so those are countries that I will take a look into. I also got a request on Canada, so a few countries that I'll take a look at the future. But once again, countries are an illusion because this global cabal does control all the countries through the same shadow government. So but I will look into like sort of how it's playing out in each country in the future. Okay, so more places that I'm gonna remote view. I will remote view Inner Earth. That's a big request. Antarctica, which I have remote viewed before. I have not in a very long time. So I will check in to see kind of what's going on there. Off planet, so that could be like I got like a request to remote view certain planets. So like I will obviously like I will write down sort of exactly like where, but like I just in generalizing it to just like remote viewing like off planet targets in a sense. So that's something that I will do. So that could be like Mars or the moon or higher dimensions, like what's going on basically, you know where I'm getting at. So like it'll be more flexible. So like it could really be any target. So I will obviously wherever, once again, like I will go through the comments again, but please do not hesitate to just write a comment and be like, here, and then let's see what people get behind the most. But I just, from the other comments I've read, I've just wrote down like off-planet targets. So, okay, so then more requests on meditation. So, that's something I will like, I'll put out more. I think I'm just going to do like when I do a little more energy videos, I will put out more videos on meditations, like how to get into like a 0 point state to begin to meditate, and to really be able to like get into that deep, like, that deep state of being. Okay. And then one thing that I will possibly start very soon, like summer, fall, maybe like once a month, I'll do a live stream. So that could be like just a video, like just a live stream. It could be a Q&A, it could be a check-in, like something like that. But I'm just flexible. I just wrote down live stream once a month. Group offerings. So this is not going to be through YouTube. This would be through like special events. And obviously, probably like $20 or $20 like energy exchange. Just something, because I'm really going to begin to put my whole effort. Obviously, I put all my effort into one-on-one sessions. Like, I do not work. Like, this is going to be my job. So I am going to have to, like, I'm wanting to do more offerings, but I will charge just for those. Like, I'm never going to charge for stuff on YouTube because energetically, I don't feel like I should charge for the information. But this is just additional. So if you guys wanted, to do like a group call where I could like either remote view certain people who do not like obviously want to do a full one-on-one session with me, we could all do like a group meeting, and I will just tap into the energy of the group. Or if like somebody wants to me to remote view them live and just share a couple things coming forward. So I kind of made that clear of the group remote view. So like a group also Q&A. So if you have any question you could ask, I can like drop in and see what comes forward. Like energy, like we could do something like working with the energy of the full and new moon, or like an eclipse healing, call. So just something, keep floating ideas. But if you want to obviously participate in these extra offerings, like once again, probably I'll do a call hour long, like $20 a person, something like that. Okay. And then, yes. And then don't forget the end of the year. And this will be, we are getting as many people as possible. Don't forget the Erica Kirk speech in December. That obviously we need to get hundreds to, if not a few thousand people, like to do the white light. So that is still on for December. I don't know the exact date. Why do I feel like it's going to be canceled? Why do I feel like it's going to be like, they're going to get knowledge that some online community is going to like send white light and like cancel the... Oh my God, that would just be so funny. And that's honestly disclosure in itself if it gets down to that. Like that's them basically saying like, okay, you won't physically see, but like, this is, you were right. So like, But if that being still gives the speech, we are going to do the white light. So that is December something, maybe middle of the month. I don't remember when I saw it was. And then, yeah, so that it's not going to be like an extra offering like those other off YouTube things that I'm going to be offering. That's going to be like anybody join that wants to join that. But that's not like an extra offering like a meditation, a live remote view call. Oh, and then with the remote viewing stuff live, like that could also mean like I even like, so I have Q&A, energy, group energy clearing, remote viewing like people live, but that could also be like, we could do just like, I won't set an intention on what the call is going to be. We could all just join or something. I could host an event where I can see what is most requested for me to tap into in that moment. So for example, if there's something going on around the world and I wanted like, I'm being asked to do like a remote view of sort of that live or just something like that, I will drop in and kind of see what's going on in real time without even like setting the intention of that. So like it could be like more like a spontaneous like, hey, you know, we're gonna do come in, like I'll host a special event, and the most, I guess, requested target that I should either remote view or tap into that's what I will do during that. So maybe I'll host 2 events like a month starting summertime, so just be on the lookout for that, but narrowing it down. And then my video plan. So I think that obviously I have not posted a lot in the last year, and I really don't want to up my expectation to something that's unmanageable and that's going to put more stress on me, because I find that when I only post 2 to 3 times a month, it energetically fits, like because it is a lot of energy filming and then getting the video ready and just putting it out there. So, and I'm also doing one-on-one sessions. So I probably will not be going over 3 videos a month over the next year. So that's why the 3 but I will do, like, I know some months I've done 2. I really will be focusing on 3 videos a month, long form, just obviously because I do one-on-one sessions, and then I'm going to do like these other group offerings. So I just feel like that's the most manageable for me. And then I put down, I will be making 3 to 5 shorts a month that I will post on YouTube. So definitely much more content than my first year, but still, I'm just going to like be upfront, like definitely not a video every week, just energetically. That's just how I operate. Okay. And then that's really all I have. Like, I don't really feel like I need to make this video go like very, very long today. I really just think that that's exactly what I had to cover. Once again, in the, comments, feel free to share anything else that is coming forward that, that I left out, or that you guys as a group can come up with something else that I didn't say, or new suggestions. I'm definitely going to be more active with my comments. I know, I've always read a lot of your comments. I just never, one thing that I can work on is always responding, and just at least just a 1-word response, just showing you guys that I am active and engaging, and I really do care about what you guys have to say. So I think that's going to be a big factor, and also just like me meeting you guys for where you're at, because I do really want to turn this into some sort of community aspect. And that's why I think, that's why I want to be more involved, and then also host these events on the side, even if I do 2 a month or once a month live stream. So that's basically all that I have for today. So once again, like I shared with you guys my lineup through June. So I will see you guys next in my, that HARP remote view. And then we have the Q, and then the predictions, and then the summer solstice energy update, and then this list and all these things will be activating starting in July. So yeah, that's really all I had for today. So I think I'm just gonna wrap this video up, but I'm so excited for the next year to come. Thank you all so much for all your endless support. And I'm so excited to see where the next year takes us. So I will see you guys in the next